Just a little bit of last minute broom and drag here on the very starting line, and our starter will be satisfied, and we will move on.
Oh, it's so hot.
Make sure to take a moment this weekend to stop at the Manufacturer's Cup trailer. Check out the unique t-shirt design, a new one for every race, and this time, of course, it is the MTC Nationals. There's also t-shirts from previous events there at a discount, because we try to buy as many as we think we need, but that means we'll generally buy a few too many so as to not run out through the course of a racing weekend. So there's some choice values on previous event shirts there as well. Manufacturer's Cup trailer. You'll also find some various other assorted Man Cup swag there that you can show your support with. Show people back home where it's all at when you go cross country to the big event, Man Cup. With a 415, an improvement over his earlier 423s. So he found a whole bunch today, and David Norris slowed up just a hair, and that's what it took. Margin of victory, 20 thousandths of a second. Vance Hines puts a bulb on David Norris and gets past him with a 100 slower ET. Outstanding racing from Vance Hines. Next up, Shane Eberjesi on one of the Grothis Dragbike's Bullets. Shane, part of that Grothis posse. If not by blood, then by marriage. That's right, they're one big happy family. Shane's going to take on Cannell Smith. Cannell having a pretty consistent weekend. He's gone 420, 423, 427. Now he's still about a tenth or more off of the mark where he needs to be super competitive, but I've seen him go a little quicker in the past. He's been 420 with a 0. Shane Eberjesi's been 415 with a 9. Cannell seemingly struggling with his shifter and was lined up a little crooked. A crewman got him, but I think he's still pointed to the right a little bit. Shane patiently awaits Cannell to get it figured out. They decide it's time to go. It's go time. Oh, he pulled back out of the lights. Shane Epperjesi, 424. Now, that's going to be a heartbreaker for Cannell because he knows he might have been able to cover that. But just when the tree was about to come down, he backed out of the lights and turned off his stage beam for a moment. That's all it takes to pull the red eye. Once it's go time, you got to stay staged up. And Cannell, slow roller right down the middle of the groove. Move it over to the right side there, please, Cannell. If you can hear me. He probably can't. So I think we need to send somebody to get him. Dave Schnitz, if you can hear me. I think you're in payout, though. And it looks like somebody's going to get Cannell. That might be his crewman. So, short delay here while we clear the track. And that'll bring up Brad McCoy and Spencer Allen. Outstanding matchup here now with Brad McCoy and Spencer Allen. They both qualified with a 4:16. Probably the most closely matched pairing we'll see here this weekend. Brad McCoy kind of all over the map in qualifying. He went 4:16, 4:73, 5:64. And I think he did it in reverse order. Started with a 5:64, then went a 4:73, then went a 4:16. So he is on that proverbial upward trajectory. So is Spencer Allen, who's been picking up a couple of hundreds every pass. So expect both bikes to go deeper into the 14s. This one is going to be a reaction time battle. That could be the major difference here on these two extremely closely matched bikes. Brad McCoy, 009 out first, could be the difference. It sure is. Spencer Allen slows dramatically right off the starting line. He goes a 126 60-footer. The combination of Spencer Allen's 088 light and that slow 60-foot was all it took for Brad McCoy to convert. Brad McCoy goes a little quicker than last time, but more importantly, turns on the wind light. Now Travis Davis. Travis having another typical weekend. Strong numbers, getting quicker all weekend long. Ronnie Smith, Pasadena, Maryland, here in the Pepsi lane, has been 4:24 in qualifying. Looks like he only took one shot yesterday. So, he's got a very, very tough assignment ahead of him here. So Ronnie Smith is probably going to try to chop down a tree on Travis. That's my guess anyway. Ronnie Smith is unable to. Almost identical reaction times, and look at that. Ronnie Smith does not get any quicker. Travis Davis slows up about 100th off his best, but wins handily, a 10th and a half ahead at the 660. So a good effort for Ronnie Smith, a couple of 420s in a row, but he's going to need to bring a little more next time. Get past that first round. Quick look at the track, see what we might see. Looks like somebody up in the stands has developed a good eagle eye. Saw a spot there to point out to Lil Man, our starter. And Lil Man hauling butt back. APE Pro Street, need you to the lanes at this time. APE Pro Street, lanes 1 and 2, and Shinko WPS Real Street to lanes 3 and 4, please. Once again, it's APE Pro Street to lanes 1 and 2, Shinko WPS Real Street to lanes 3 and 4. Legion of Doom member Ronnie Procopio. Currently qualified number 4 with a very strong 408. He's also been 409. Frank Christian is way on the other side of the ladder, qualified number 13 with a 437. Not what he needs to see here, Ronnie Procopio in the other lane in the first round, but that's how qualifying works. The strong are designed to eat the weak here in the early rounds. But every now and then, up jumps that devil. Could it be Frank's turn? We're about to find out. And the devil jumped right up. Frank Christian goes 428 and takes out the much quicker bike of Ronnie Procopio, which rolls to a stop at about the 8th mile. Unable to continue. And we might want to take a quick look at the second 8th mile, the back half in the right lane. Can we get a Legion of Doom member out there to push off Ronnie Procopio? There he goes. He's going to get him. Little Man already down there, making sure Ronnie's in good condition and that the bike isn't going to do anything silly like ignite itself. Little Man did a great job yesterday of keeping Mr. I think Mungai's bike from becoming a charred, crispy version of its former self. He got out there with the fire extinguisher and put that thing out in less than a minute. So, we're going to push Ronnie off and set up for the next pair here. None other than Grandmaster Gast. So we've got a little bit of oil on the engine. We're going to take a quick look at the back half of the Pepsi lane, make sure there's nothing there objectionable. Well, we've got a little bit of oil out there once again. So we're going to do the broom and groom, the scrub and shine. And we're going to do the spray and drag and get it all right back where it needs to be. In this, the longest round of Pro Mod all year. At this rate, it should only take us, another day or so to finish this round. Great opportunity while we wait to visit the concessions of the Munchie Wagon. $2 beers at concessions. All kinds of awesome food at the Munchie Wagon, including the thing that I'm still suffering diabetic shock from, that chocolate-covered frozen dipped cheesecake. Yow. And I'm telling you, that is some quality cheesecake they're using there, too. The kind that tickles your tongue. You know what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Full boat of manufacturers to visit with on the Midway. And on the other side of the track, the tower side, we've got Nitro Alley with a huge variety of nitromethane fueled machines, both 4 and 2 cylinder, for your nitro fueled pleasure. You hang around over there long enough, you're bound to see one of them fire up, and you can get that lovely eye full and snoot full. Nitro, nothing like it. And the equipment is coming in, which means we're about ready to get back to it. finding Paul Gass. Paul Gass, the Grandmaster from Grand Island, New York. He's been 406 for the number 2 spot. Terry Wynn way behind number 15 with a 482. Please, APE Pro Street and Shinko Real Street. So Mr. Prophet might have took a little poop out of it to make that earn to buy run, or he might not have. Of course, that's for him to know and us to try to find out. Now look what happened here. Mark Rendeluck emptied out his closet. Look at all those skeletons out there. Not just one, but 2. Wow. ABE Pro Street and Shinko WPS Real Street, final call, please. Pro Street and Real Street, final call. So Mark's got his mini-me out there. That, of course, would be none other than Nikki Zaki. Or as I like to call her, because I'm Polish like her, Nikki Zashiski. And if you saw how that was spelled, you'd realize why she just puts Nikki Zaki on her tech card. Because if there's one thing that is impossible to read like English, it's Polish. In any case, Mark Rendeluck has his protege. And not only is she quick, not only is she a great student, she's a female. And she is knocking on the door of becoming the quickest woman on earth on 2 wheels. That's right. There's only one person between her and that title right now, and that is none other than the great Angel Sampi, the Star Racing multi-time Pro Stock Bike champion who has been as quick as 673 on one of those Star Racing bullets. Nikki's been 676. So a 672 or better would light her fire in a big way. Kevin Clark in the Pepsi lane up against Nikki Zaki. Nikki goes 108 to the 60, 433 to the 8th. 683 for the win over Kevin Clark. So not this time. She slows up a little bit, but I think they had a pretty light tune-up in that thing. By the way, it was just puffing black smoke down the track. Hey, Mark, you know you can run those spark plugs dark with that much fuel. Great tuning work, though, for Mark. Another win for Nikki. Well done. Now, Tommy Saxon and George Whitaker. Tommy qualified number 2 with a very strong 671. George Whitaker in the Pepsi lane, way behind number 7 qualifier with an 856. Tommy often runs the 8th mile in Pro Mod, but this time decided to let it all hang out, let that big dog eat for all 1,320 feet. 1/4 of 1 mile instead of the 8th mile we typically see him run in Pro Mod. Little help out there from Billy Vose, 354-time world champion. I kid. But Billy's got a lot of number 1s under that belt. George Whitaker giving it his all. Whoa, look at that. Whitaker picks up almost 2 seconds, but is still just short of covering Tommy. Great drag race there, 674 to 678. Sydney Marshall and Pro Street. Need you to the lanes right away, please. Sydney Marshall and Pro Street. We either need you to the lanes or we need your representative to let us know that you're not going to make it if you are broke. So once again, Sydney Marshall, please either bring your bike to the lanes or let us know your status if broke. Now the world's quickest turbocharged Harley Davidson in the VP lane. That is the Brown Family Racing Turbo Harley, an ongoing family project for them, and it's been through a variety of iterations over the years. This latest version of the bike has been modified over the previous perimeter style chassis configuration. They decided this would be a safer way based on an engine failure they have that knocked Keith off the bike. So V-twin versus V-twin. The turbo bike falters and Mark Ingerson goes 7:24 with a 5. He had earlier gone a 7:09. Keith Brown had been as quick as 7:06. But the bike cannot make a full pass this time, so Mark Ingerson gets the upset win. Only has to go 7:24 to do it. Now here he is, points leader in Pro Open, Mark Rendeluck. He's the #1 qualifier. He's the current champion. He is the man to beat in Pro Open. Mark Rendeluck, all the way here from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So Mark Rendeluck takes his earn-to-buy run. Big question always is he going to have it loaded for bear or just a soft tune-up in it? He's been as quick as 669. Look at the consistency this weekend, though. 669, 670, 670. Like a bracket bike that's 3 passes in a row within 1/100th of a second. Phenomenal. But this is a word often associated with Mark Rendeluck's program. All the more fun now that he's added the second bike with Nicky. My prediction, 674. He's going to take it a little easy. Spun a little bit in high gear, got off the groove a hair. So, 678. Close, but no cigar, but more than enough to win in and earn by. And that's all she wrote for Nitrous Express Pro Open. Now moving into APE Pro Street. And hey, sportsmen, time to start making your way to the lanes. That's right, you're up next. Gonna start the call now with Ultra 460 to lanes 1 and 2, please. Ultra 460 to lanes 1 and 2. Ultra 460 to lanes 1 and 2, and MTC Engineering Super Comp to lanes 3 and 4, please. Once again, that's Growth's Dragbikes, Ultra 460 to lanes 1 and 2, and MTC Engineering Super Comp to lanes 3 and 4.